What's up, YouTube? How's it going, guys and girls and everybody in between? It is Konskis here, coming at you with a video about my Hunter build in Destiny 2 season of the Splicer. I would be doing some testing with everything, but with this being, my first build video, I'm just kind of going to try it this way, see how it works, see if I might do an updated build as I get, further down the line with this character. As you can see, I'm rocking the Cloakless Hunter with the new seasonal helmet, the ornament for the Prefectus Cloak from last season, and the Lux Hunter for the other three pieces. This is a look I really like, so I'm sticking with it. But looks aside, I want to get into the build. So first we're going to start with going over my Stasis. I've got Marksman's Dodge, sometimes I switch to Gamblers, all depends. This build is completely centered around my grenade launcher and my rocket launcher, and basically using my Chroma Rush to clean everything up. So with the dodge, it's really personal choice. Jump, I've got triple jump, again, personal choice. Never really been a fan of high jump or strafe jump. They have their uses, but I don't use them too often. Then we've got Withering Blade for the melee, Stasis, Revenant, can't change it. And then I rock the Dusk Field Grenade. I like CC, I like slowing targets and freezing them who don't leave in time. My aspects, my first one, I've got the new Touch of Winter, to give my Dusk Field Grenade an increased slow field size and to create a small stasis crystal on impact, and that will come into play later. My other aspect that I run, and I get 2 fragment slots from that, and then my other aspect that I run is the Grim Harvest, so defeating slowed or frozen combatants, which I'm doing all the time, creates stasis shards. And these shards grant melee energy when picked up by me or my allies. My fragments I'm running, I'm not going to go too in depth with them. Whisper of Impetus, so I reload on a stasis melee hit. Whisper of Durance, so my slow lasts longer. I get 10 extra strength from that. Whisper of Shards, shattering a stasis crystal boosts my grenade recharge rate, and shattering more and more crystals increases that effect, so I just use that to keep my Dusk Field Grenade up so I can keep slowing targets. I also get plus 10 resilience from that fragment, and then I have the Whisper of Fissures that increases damage and size of the burst of stasis crystals when I destroy them or defeat a frozen target, so big stasis damage right there. We'll go into the weapons next. So my kinetic is my Chroma Rush. It's my baby. Wasn't the first Chroma Rush I got, but it's the one that I've gotten that I like the most. I'm rocking Extended Barrel, Alloy Mag, Subsistence, and Rampage with Rampage spec. And it's got a Stability Masterwork on it, so it stays pretty stable. Sometimes it bounces around a little bit. On M&K, you probably wouldn't notice it, but I am a console player and always will be, so I need all the stability I can get sometimes. Counterbalance stock throws the recoil direction off to the far left, and it is insane. I did not like that, so we changed to Rampage spec to increase the time that we have between stacks of Rampage. We don't lose it as fast. My perfect roll would honestly, I could take Extended Barrel and Alloy Mag, and I would take Tunnel Vision and Kill Clip as well. 2 reload perks would be awesome for something with as quick as a reload as this has. I'm sure there's better rolls out there, but that's just the one I'm looking for. So that is my Chroma Rush. And then my secondary, or my special that I rock, for this build is the Salvager Salvo. And obviously, that comes with quick launch and spike grenades. It's the Pursuit weapon from last season. I almost said Pinnacle weapon, but it's the Pursuit weapon from last season, so it has quick launch, spike grenades, demolitionist, and chain reaction. So I'm just getting those. And then I put Dragonfly spec on because I am a firm believer in everything Hastercroft says, and he says it works, so I say it works. Just to see if, maybe it makes chain reaction more effective. We don't know, but we know it does, right? And as usual, comes with the handling masterwork. My heavy is Deathbringer. I'm working on the Catalyst right now. 38% targets defeated. Didn't get a lot of Destiny played today. No big deal. We'll take care of that later in the week. But what we're working for is with that Catalyst, it increases how quickly the Dark Descent reaches its full potential. So when you see those yellow crit numbers from your Deathbringer, if you don't know how it works, I'll hover over that trait there for a minute. So the further the Void Orb falls, the more powerful its detonation becomes. So it just increases the damage. I believe Cacus did a video on the Deathbringer showing how it could be capable of up to like almost 600,000 DPS or damage. I'm not certain that was Cacus. I'm pretty sure though, so I'll have to look that up. But that is our Deathbringer, rocking the Peacebringer ornament on it. Now we will get into the armor. So the only thing you need to make sure you have for your armor, if you want to copy this build, is one piece with the solar energy type. And obviously I've got all this masterwork so I can get as many mods on it as possible. So we're going to start with the bread and butter of our build, which is my Cloak, which obviously looks like nothing. But we're rocking the artifact mod Breach and Clear. So when using a grenade launcher, damaging a boss, damaging a champion, or breaking a combatant's shield reloads my stowed weapons and causes the combatant to take increased damage for a short duration. So my plan going into VOG this weekend and any high level PvE activity is going to be to shoot at that powerful enemy or that boss with my grenade launcher, with my salvo, get that hit on them, then you see that purple aura around them, and swapping to my Deathbringer and hopefully having my Catalyst done by this point, making use of that max damage on Dark Descent, and getting the increased damage buff from Breach and Clear. And then we've got a mobility mod just to help us get that 101 mobility that you saw. So before I go over the next piece, I'll go over the stats. So we've got 101 mobility, 55 resilience, 56 recovery, 44 discipline, 48 intellect, and 78 strength. I would like to switch the 78 strength for the recovery, but we're farming for rolls on legendary armor while we're also farming for power, so we do what we can. Pardon me, I needed a drink of water there. So with that, now that we've gone over the stats, we'll go into the next piece, which is our leg armor. So our leg armor it's just the seasonal armor from the Season of the Chosen. I got a decent stat roll on. That is the case for most of these pieces, actually. We've got the 3 energy cost mobility mod for plus 10 mobility, rocket launcher scavenger so we can find more ammo for our Deathbringer, traction because my controller feels broken if I don't have that on, and high energy fire to increase our damage while we're charged with light. Then up to the chest piece, we've got, again, the energy types for all of these don't matter as much, but it does matter for one of them, and it's best for the build to have it be your helmet. Just so you can rock these reserves mods and everything else. So I've got the tier 3 mobility mod here on the chest piece for plus 10 mobility. We've got grenade launcher reserves, rocket launcher reserves, and blast radius to become charged with light when we rapidly defeat multiple combatants with grenade launchers or rocket launchers. So that's one way for us to get charged with light, to make use of high energy fire. And now I say Breach and Clear is bread and butter, but there's another bread and butter this build, and we'll get to that when we get to the helmet. So next we have the Gauntlets. Nothing too special in the Gauntlets. I run the tier 3 mobility mod, keep that mobility high. I'm a high mobility hunter. I prefer to play with 100 mobility, so you'll typically see me running that on my builds. And then I've got grenade launcher loader just to increase the reload speed of salvo. It's pretty fast already, but making it even faster is always better. Nothing in this slot, clearly. Our gauntlets are flexible. We can take off taking charge, and then we can slot in our Unstoppable Grenade Launcher mod, which is extremely helpful, and if we need Barrier, we can swap this to the Tier 1 Minor Mobility mod, and then have Barrier, ARs, and Unstoppable Grenade Launchers if we need them. We just had nothing where we have Taking Charge. That's just an alternate build if I need it, but Taking Charge lets us become Charged with Light when we pick up Orbs of Power. Another way to stay charged with light to make use of high energy fire, and our final perk on our helmet that we will go over here right now. So the main or secondary bread and butter of this build is Argent Ordnance. So this mod is insane, especially when you stack it with the Catalyst for Deathbringer. You get some massive damage numbers, and it's quite insane, the kind of things that you can see when you do this. So it consumes a stack with light, or a stack of charged with light, when you ready or fire your grenade launcher. Or sorry, pardon the yawn, it's 12:19. So when readying or firing our rocket launcher, it gives us increased damage and reload speed. So that's our secondary bread and butter. So really that's why we focused this build around grenade launcher and rocket launcher. And then we've got some auto rifle ammo finder to keep our Chroma Rush going burr, right? Because Chroma Rush go burr, let's be honest. Just to increase that chance of finding ammo, we've got rocket launcher ammo finder, so not only are we increasing our reserves, but we're finding more ammo. And then we've got the Tier 1 Minor Mobility mod to bump us up to that 101 mobility. Without it, we sit right at 96. If I could get 4 mobility spread out between all of my armor pieces, I wouldn't even need this, and I could spec that into recovery and get my recovery higher. It would be perfect. But that is the build, my friends. I'm really enjoying the little bit of work that I got to do with it today. I did some strikes. I was going to do nightfalls, and then I got busy doing some other things, but I'm really enjoying this build. I see myself probably making tweaks here and there, as I get better pieces of armor with higher stat rolls. You know how it is. But that is all for the build today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video earlier today about my thoughts on the transmog system. Hopefully you enjoy my build video, just giving you an idea of what I run while playing Destiny 2 on my Hunter. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. If you did not, be sure to drop a dislike. And as always, subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn that notification bell on so you can be notified with every upload. And I will see you all in the next one.